You're probably not overjoyed by your parking charge notice from Enterprise Parking Solutions. And the immediate question is, should you pay or appeal? If you think you've been served this ticket unfairly, then you should definitely appeal. I'll move on to my top 5 ways to appeal your Enterprise Parking Solutions ticket in a minute. But first, it's important to understand that private parking tickets are more like an invoice and a fine. The reason that you've been landed with one is because the operator believes that you haven't abided by the rules that should be clearly signposted when you drive in. The moment that you drive into an Enterprise Parking Solutions car park, they're watching you like a hawk to make sure that you follow their parking procedures. But sometimes they get it wrong. ANPR cameras have been known to read registrations incorrectly. Also, thanks to new legislation, there's more leniency for human error on our part, the driver's part, so you may have more reasons to appeal than you originally thought. If you choose to appeal, then you've got 28 days from receiving the ticket to do so, which puts that ticket on hold. You can appeal in 3 different ways. You can do it by email, post, or online, but evidence is crucial, so get as much as you possibly can. I'll tell you why it's best not to ignore your parking fine after my 5 great reasons to appeal your Enterprise Parking Solutions ticket. Number 1, you were within the grace period. So you might not know, but you're entitled to 10 minutes after your ticket expires to get back to your car. So say, for example, you were just a couple of minutes after your allotted time, then you have a really strong case to appeal. 2, the signs weren't very clear. So, for example, they were faded, hidden by trees, broken, or barely visible. You'll need photo evidence to back this up, so take as many as you can and a video if possible. Number 3, you were unable to get back to your vehicle. It could be something like a medical emergency or something just as serious. Again, you'll need to be able to prove it. Number 4, you couldn't get back in time because you've got mobility issues. If you're disabled, pregnant, or have a very young baby, then the Equality Act says you must be treated with understanding. Number 5, you were parked correctly and an error was made. It happens. You've probably already got the hint by now, but the more you can prove, the better. It gives your appeal against Enterprise Parking Solutions a better chance. Ignoring the parking ticket is not advised. However, I do get asked a lot if these private firms can enforce the fines on private property. Technically, they can't demand payment. Only a court can. But if Enterprise Parking Solutions wins against you in a civil court, both your pockets and credit history could be affected. Ignoring the fine might lead to legal consequences, and whilst it's not a certainty, there is a risk of being taken to court. Before it gets to that stage, you could be sent demand letters and potentially be contacted by debt collection agencies. If the operator takes legal action and wins, it could result in a negative mark on your credit score. A CCJ, that's a county court judgment, would affect your credit rating for 6 years, making it harder to get credit and access to lower interest rates. Ultimately, the decision to pay or appeal an Enterprise Parking Solutions fine rests on the evidence that the ticket might be unjust. If there's clear proof of violations by the operator, an appeal is definitely worth a go. However, if the fault clearly lies with you, especially with the minor infringements, it might be wiser to pay up, ideally within the first couple of weeks to get the discounted rate. If your appeal gets rejected, there's another recourse. Poplar, the independent appeals service, could be your next step, but you'll need the official letter of rejection before proceeding. If you're still undecided about whether to appeal and you want to speak to a professional, you might want to have a chat with online solicitors JustAnswer. They're running a £5 trial and you can ask them as many questions as you need on the online chat to help make your mind up. I'll leave a link below this video for you. Best of luck.